Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with CircWorks, and this is Fan Art Friday. So, what is Fan Art Friday? Well, typically, it's I guess it's self-explanatory for the most part, but yeah, I don't know if it's something that I've been doing. I'm not really the one that started it. I don't know if it can be traced back to anyone in particular or what, but yeah, it's kind of like a hashtag thing. I don't know how many other people do it, but I just kind of decided to adopt it myself, and just every Friday just do a fan art drawing because I like drawing some of these characters that everyone has come to know and love, and it's good, you know. It's good for me to just set one day aside to do that kind of stuff because otherwise I'm working on like client stuff or my original stuff and everything. So anyway, today, and usually what I do is I let people choose what they want me to draw. In this case, today I am choosing. I decided I wanted to draw Baymax from Big Hero 6 because I just saw the movie and I absolutely loved it. And so I felt like drawing him. Now this is, if you've seen the movie, you'll know that he's kind of an inflatable robot. And he's designed to be like a healthcare giver. But as much as I like that version where he's just the inflatable guy, there's not much to it as far as drawing. So I have him in kind of his robot suit. And yeah, so I was kind of I kind of waited till after I heard how great this movie was. Everyone was kind of raving about it and everything, to do anything with it. And I apologize. This is right now. It's kind of light. I'm just trying to sketch out what I'm doing, so you really probably can't see it very well. Yeah, but if you know me, you know I love to draw robots. And this is just right up my alley, this character. So but yeah, I had earlier on when I first heard about this movie, before it was even out or anything, there was some talk about how, oh, it's not like the comic and it's not going to be any good and all this stuff, which I'm not really, to be honest, I'm not really familiar with the comic. I looked a little bit online at some like pictures when I was just looking for photo reference, and I saw some pictures from the comic. And in the comic book, this guy is actually he's kind of like a lizard guy, so it is quite a bit different from the comic book. And I think people originally turned off to that. It's kind of a weird thing, and I was talking to some people online about this, but you know, I'm sure a lot of the people that may have really loved the comic might not be crazy about this version of it, because it's from what I can understand, it's quite a bit different. But the things that I really loved about the movie, I think, are kind of exclusive to the movie. And I think, like I said, I was talking to some people, and I think it really boils down to what your first exposure is to a particular like entertainment property, and how, you know, different people do their different takes, whether it's a movie or a TV show. I was talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because a couple weeks ago I did a Ninja Turtle drawing, and I was saying that I wasn't the biggest fan of Ninja Turtles. My first exposure to them was the comic book, and when, you know, when the cartoons and everything came out, I just didn't think they were very true to the comic. And at that age, I was just kind of where I was at the point where I was just a little, you know, getting out of the kid stuff, I guess. And I didn't think the cartoon was as cool. And I know it's a lot of the people that really do like the Ninja Turtles in general are just, probably a few years younger than me, and their first exposure was the cartoon, and which a lot of people, or the original, cartoon. Um, but anyway, and I think I think it's just kind of what you're first exposed to, as far as what your favorite incarnation of a particular, you know, television show or whatever is. Um, but so with this, like I said, I wasn't really familiar with the comic book, and like I said, I looked online, and I dug a lot of the artwork that I've seen from the comic book, but a lot of the things that I really like, it didn't seem like they were from the comic, that they were added with the movie. And I think Disney's been doing a real good job of first it was like, Pixar really was, heads above everyone else as far as the animation and the storytelling and everything like that, and the independent stuff that Disney was doing. I don't know, it just wasn't quite up to par with like the Pixar stuff, but I think Disney's really stepped up. I mean, I loved Wreck-It Ralph, and of course, how big Frozen was and everything. But and I'm sure a lot of that is because the people that are behind Pixar are now doing the same thing with Disney, so that tends to help. But yeah, a lot of stuff I really like about the movie was just the setting. It takes place in kind of it's a city, and it's kind of a cross between Tokyo and San Francisco. So you'll have like images like the Golden Gate Bridge, but it's not really the Golden Gate Bridge. It's got kind of the pagoda type designs at the top of the bridge, and just you'll see some of the kind of houses that you would see in San Francisco, and the cable cars and everything. And I really thought it was very cool, just a very cool setting. And I don't know if I mean, things like that have to have been done before, but I don't know if I've really seen it or picked up on it. But it's just so, in today where people are mashing everything up, it just, I think it, I just thought it was kind of ingenious to kind of mash up actually instead of a city like that. So I was, I don't know, I was kind of really impressed with that. And this character in general, Baymax, is just really cute and fun, and and I'm a big fan of robots, and he's even got the launching like the fist rocket, like the old Shogun Warriors and stuff. So I highly recommend, if you like robots or superheroes or just good family fun, you should check out this movie, because it's really well done. And I'm probably everyone I'm talking to now probably has already seen it, and like maybe more than once. And like I said, it took me a couple weeks after it came out to go see it. And I was going to go see Interstellar, which I still haven't seen yet. I think hold on, I think that might be good for now. I want to color this guy, and I've been waiting to get some manga ink that's supposed to work with the Copics and not smudge, because usually if I had my druthers, I'd pencil and ink this whole thing and then I'd color it. But unfortunately, that doesn't really work with with the ink that I have now. I'm using, I think for this, I either use like Higgins, or like now I'm using the FW, or I will later. But right now, I just want to add some color to this guy. But I'd like to, I prefer to ink it first and then then do the colors. But I haven't got the ink yet, so I think I'm gonna color it and then I'll kind of ink over it, which isn't really the best way to do it. But anyway, yeah, he's kind of got the kind of get a real cool color scheme to him. He's purple and kind of an orangish red. I'm doing some orange now, but I'll add some more red later. Anyway, I was talking about, yeah, I was gonna go see Interstellar, and the times that it was showing was the only showing was the IMAX one, and it was, you know, I was thinking I was gonna go see it, but my girlfriend didn't want to spend that much money to see. She wasn't really big on seeing it in the first place, so I just kind of I said, well, let's go see Big Hero 6. Not, you know, I didn't really wasn't really thinking about what she wanted to do. And after we got there, I'm going, you did want to see this anyway, and she says, oh yeah, that's all right. So, but she really loved it too, despite the fact that she wasn't really planning. She wouldn't have gone to see it if I didn't drag her to it. So, but yeah. And of course, like all, you know, all the animated movies, there's a really fun short in the beginning that totally reminded me of my dog. It's about a dog, and I don't want to give too much away, but a dog and kind of his eating habits and things like that. And oh man, it was just reminded me so much of my dog. But yeah, super fun movie. And so that's why I decided I was gonna draw this today. And it's kind of, yeah, it's in some ways it's difficult for me to do all this stuff on camera. I think I always do better work when I'm either not having to also talk, or you know, or just, you know, when I'm alone. And I keep thinking I want to do like a time lapse and then do a voiceover. And that might, as far as being more comfortable, I think, yeah, I think I'd be more comfortable doing it that way. But I'm not really sure. Like right now, I don't really have even a microphone. I just use the microphone that's on my webcam. So I'm not really sure the best way to do like the voiceover and all that kind of stuff. So it's funny with these Copic markers. I usually use this tip here, which is really nice, but I always used to use the chisel tip when I used the other markers, and now I don't use it that much. And I don't know if it makes any difference, but for some reason I'm thinking that it'll wear out more ink if I use this tip. But that's probably doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know. So. But yeah, also, so I usually mention this towards the end of the video, but if you guys have any suggestions or anything you want, any, you know, pop culture characters that you want me to draw or whatever, please, you know, let me know. And I'll try to get those in. And I had a few suggestions, but every once in a while I'll just draw. I'm surprised no one else suggested this, but I know, yeah, I think it's a pretty popular thing now. It's, you know, probably the most popular thing. You know, before it was Groot and Rocket Raccoon, and now it's, I think, you know, Big Hero 6. So I'm sure that's what, I haven't really been keeping up on like all the pop culture tee designs and stuff like that, but I'm sure this is what everyone's doing. Cereal boxes with I'm sure there's about 1 million different cereal box designs with Big Hero 6 characters and stuff like that, or whatever. I mean, that's kind of why I stopped doing that stuff. it was just seemed like the same ideas over and over again, and yeah. But anyway, and that doesn't. I mean, the first few times I saw like somebody take and make like a cereal box design of like a superhero or whatever. Um, it was, it was creative and fun, but then then it's just like everyone starts to do the same thing. So anyway. Hmm. So what else? What else is going on? I actually bought a tablet monitor, which I don't have it yet, but it should be shipping soon. So I'm excited. I've been wanting to, wanting to kind of make that plunge into, doing more stuff digital. I do a bulk of my stuff digitally, but I don't really do any sketching or anything digitally. It's just, I've got my Intuos tablet, and I'm comfortable doing a lot of things with it, but sketching, it just never seemed, I just think I need that something a little closer to drawing on paper um, to really make it work for me. So anyway, I didn't buy a Cintiq, and I did a lot of research on what the different tablets were, and of course the Cintiq is there's no doubt about it. The Cintiq is way better than pretty much everything else in the market, but I just kind of like, is it $2,000 better than these other ones? And to be honest, I don't think it's $2,000 better, because that's basically the difference between what I bought and what a Cintiq costs. So, um, and I'm sure if I bought a Cintiq, I'm sure it would be a good investment and I would make my money back. But um, I don't know. Plus, you have to buy all the accessories in order to make it work. Because the one I bought and some of the other ones, the less expensive, the less expensive tablet monitors, the viewing angles aren't that great. So you have to pretty much draw dead on. You have to be looking straight on at it, which is fine. That's kind of how I like to draw. But the best way to do that is to get like one of those ergonomic arms that you can move around, so you can just move it around like a piece of paper, so it's always where you want it to be. And that adds another $100 to it or whatever. But the one I bought was a Huion. I think it's a GT90. I think that's the name of it. And I think they just put out a newer one. So this is which is a little bit bigger. And I saw some reviews on that, but then I saw this Huion one, and I was also looking at one. There's a couple different ones. There's the Yenova, which I know people that purchased that, and usually gets pretty good reviews. But I know some people that it didn't really work for, and that wasn't the reason why I didn't get it. It's a little more expensive, and I don't think it's that much different than there's one by Monoprice that what's his Ray Frienden, who reviews all most of these tablets. He reviewed it, and I think he said he liked it more than the Unova, or because it was a little bit cheaper, that it was the best way to go or whatever. And but he didn't have a review on the one I bought. But I did find a review. I'm going all over the place. Sorry. What I meant to say was, what I was getting at was that this Monoprice one, it looks like it's pretty much the exact same thing as the one I've got. It's like uses the same technology and everything. But sorry. But anyway, one of the problems with the monoprice one is that it, for Windows anyway, I don't think this is an issue with the Mac, but I have a Windows setup, and it you can't you can only use it as a single monitor. It has to be your monitor. You can't have like a, you know, I've got two other monitors that I use, and I've kind of got used to having those two other monitors, so I didn't want to like give those up. So, and may have corrected that problem, but I wasn't really sure where, and I saw some like roundabout ways to do it, and it also depended on your processor, and I saw one that if you have an ADM processor that there's a workaround, but I think I have an Intel. So yeah, I just didn't want to risk, you know, having to figure all that stuff out. So I found this Huion one it's pretty much looks the same as the monoprice 19-inch, but it looks, from what I can tell and what I've seen, you can use it on more than one monitors, with more than one, like a 2 or 3 other monitor setups. So anyway, so that's the one I got, and I found a review by, what's his name? I can't remember his name. I'm blanking, but it's the cartoonist. He draws the comic Hijinks Ensue, and he did a review on it, and it was yeah, he reviewed it pretty favorably. So let's see if I can still blend some of these colors in. I don't know if this paper, I'm using just a Bristol paper. I have a feeling that it probably it probably like sucks this markers. I'm always afraid to use these markers because they're so expensive. I don't want them to wear down. So I don't know if that's blending in at all. Let's see. So yeah, I'm excited to get this monitor and see this tablet monitor and see how it works. I hope there's not like a huge learning curve for it. I don't think it would be, because from what I understand, it's like, you know, again, it's like drawing on, it's more akin to drawing on paper than, you know, than especially like the regular like Intuos tablets and things like I have. So things I am worried about, and I'll probably do a little, I don't know if I'll do a review. There's a few other reviews on it, and I don't really, the problem is I could do a review, but I don't really have anything to compare it to, so it's kind of hard to, you know, I can say, yeah, I love it, but not having ever used a Cintiq, which might be a good thing when I'm when I'm working on it, because I don't, you know, if I've tried Cintiq, which is the top of the line Cadillac, and then I might, you know, be using that as sort of the curve and judging it on that. Since I haven't really used a Cintiq, I probably won't do that, so that's probably better for me. But, you know, doing a review where I haven't really used the other products, I don't really have anything to compare it to. So, but I'll at least kind of let you know how I feel about it and show you when I get it all set up and all that stuff. So. Kind of trying to keep a track on the time since I'm coloring this, and I actually just, usually I'll have it penciled out, which I didn't. I'm pretty much starting this one from scratch. So yeah, see, with these markers I'm using the chisel tip here. These are the old Pantone Tria. I don't even think they make these anymore, but I've got I've got like a huge box full of them. So, and these aren't, I mean, when I bought them, they weren't, they were probably, you know, around $4, $5 each. And the um, the Copic markers, those are almost like $7 each. It's insane how expensive they are. But I was lucky enough to get my set free of charge because the studio, the game studio I used to work at, I asked if we could get a set for the studio so we could do concept design. And then after I left, I mean, I was the only one using them, and I asked if I could buy them off of them, and they said, just take them. So I got that set for free, which is probably like maybe like an $800 value. So, you know, score. Can't complain with that. All right. Unfortunately, his feet are a little darker gray. His feet and all these little pieces here are a little darker gray than that. But I don't have anything more than like a number 6 cool gray. And even in the set that I got, the Copic set, there's not very many grays, so these might have to be a little lighter. And I don't know if I'm not sure. I already colored it, so I guess it's gray. It's hard to tell. The reference I'm looking at is kind of in the shadows, so let me see here. This gray looks a little warmer even though it says it's cool. It's weird. Alright, we got some purple now. I gotta find out which one to start with here. Right. Oh, also, so if you guys use any like tablet monitors, let me know what you think. I mean, it's kind of too late since I already bought it, but I didn't go into it blind. I mean, I did do a good deal of research and everything, so hopefully I made the right decision. And, you know, I bought the adjustable arm for it, so that should, you know, help with the viewing angle problems. I think it comes with the gloves, you know, so you don't smudge the screen. But some of the things that you know, I'm a little worried about are, in addition to the viewing angle, are the screen, because it's so smooth, it's like drawn in glass, and the brightness, because it's like I think it's like an LCD monitor. So some people complain that it's just like too bright, you know. I'm hoping that, you know, hoping that it works for me. And then the next step is I want to get the new Manga Studio. I've got Manga Studio 4. It's the deluxe version. And I think I want to get the deluxe version of 5. And I haven't really learned how to use it yet, but from what I understand, 5 is a little closer to Photoshop. So I'm used to Photoshop, so I think if instead of trying to learn 4 and then go to 5, if I just start with 5, I'm hoping it'll work better. But, you know, because right now when I have time to work on my comic, I'm working on a page that's it's kind of a montage page, and it would be so much easier just to do as you know, digitally, because of all the, you know, corrections and things like that. So I've got silent all of a sudden. Sorry about that. It's not that easy to talk and draw and think and all that stuff at the same time. Maybe I should start looking into doing more like of the now I can't even think of what I'm saying. The voiceover, you know, speed drawings. Yeah, I might want to try to redo this guy later, just for, no, maybe not. We'll see how he turns out. At this stage, I'm usually not happy with it, but then when I put the inks on it, I'm like, ah, that'll do, you know. But we'll have to see. I do like these Copic markers a lot. I'd like to do a lot more work with them. I just haven't had the time. And here I'm talking about more with the markers, and then I'm also talking about trying to go more digital, so maybe I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. So I was watching Jeff Lafferty's latest video, and I guess he's going to stop doing the Artcasters chat, which I'm a little bummed about, but you know, I can understand. I mean, it takes a lot of time. I mean, first Peter was handling it, and I think sounded like uh, Jeff kind of had to take it over, and it wasn't. I don't think it was anything that he probably really signed up for. But I would like to, you know, I'm hoping, even if it's not like a weekly thing, that every once in a while somebody will decide to do one. Because like I even thought about, maybe he was saying, well, somebody else could take it over, and I thought about it. I'm like, my schedule is so all over the place, I just couldn't do it like a weekly thing. But if there was just like here and there, because I can't make it to all of them, but if I'm available, I do like to do that, and I like talking to other people, you know, online through the Artcasters chat and all that stuff. So we'll see if anything happens with it, if somebody else picks it up. But yeah, I mean, but like I said, even if it's not a weekly thing, even if it's just here or there, and I know that Peter was also doing another thing, the Studio Synergy, which is very similar. I don't know if he hasn't done one in a while, so I don't know if he's still doing that. And forgive me if you don't know what I'm talking about. Like if you tuned into this because you found like a hashtag Baymax, how to draw Baymax or something like that, and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's a Facebook group and just the Artcasters, and it's just a bunch of people that YouTubers that do drawing videos and stuff like that. So I'm sure you can look that up if you aren't familiar with that. All right. Oh, dang, I wish I had a darker gray. I had to have had one at some time. I wonder if I lost it, because I thought I had a 9 and a 10 cool gray, the darker ones, but I don't know what's going on here, why I left that. I guess I'll fill that in somewhere. I mean, it's not really black though. I could do black, but let me try something here. Do a little bit of black. Let's see if I can blend it in real quick. I don't know if that's gonna work. So I'm using two different brands here, so that may have worked a little bit. I mean, these things are supposed to be, you know, supposed to mix pretty well. I think it looks a little better. Maybe if I had, you know, maybe if he's using the same brand for both. I really like to get into doing more of these marker renderings because that used to be my medium of choice. I mean, that's the first art job I ever had. I got because I was pretty decent at doing marker renderings, and that's, you know, at an architectural firm that also had an in-house graphic design studio, and that's what they needed, was somebody to do marker renderings. And they went to the school I was going to and like, who does the best marker renderings here? We need somebody. And I was the guy that they picked. So that's kind of what got me in the business. But now it's been so long, I just I don't know how good I am at it anymore. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. He's got wings. Let's see. Let's draw those in there. He's like Red Bull. He's got wings. Yeah, you can't forget about those. Yeah, I mean, the design itself is fairly, I mean, I've drawn a million robots and I've seen tons of robot designs, and it's you know, it's not anything spectacular. It's a cool design. I mean, the one that I'm drawing here, but it's really the inflatable kind of character that really kind of steals the whole show. I was reading an article, or it wasn't an article, it was like a blurb in a Entertainment Weekly, I think, where they said it was the best use of an inflatable since Airplane. I pretty much agree with that. That's probably right on the money there. But yeah, so I mean, the where was I here? Okay. It's when he's kind of out of the costume and he's you know, just this inflatable, you know, robot, and it's such a fun idea. It's like one of those, oh man, I wish I would have thought of that, but it works really well. So I'll probably want to draw one where he looks like just the white inflatable guy too, but it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be much for drawing on screen. It would probably make a good little black and white sketch or something like that. Maybe I'll do it and bring it to a convention. Those things usually sell, you know, when you do these super popular characters. So checking to see that my camera's still working, because when I first started recording it shut off on me, so I don't know what causes that. And I'm still using my iPhone to film these, so my computer just turned off with the reference I was looking at. So I don't know if it gets darker when I do that, because the monitors here provide a lot of the light. So oh, wrong color there. But yeah, so, you know, it's a kind of basic robot design. It's, you know, a Mac or whatever, but whoever thought of the idea of like an inflatable robot? My hats are off to that person. Yeah, there's just some designs, some things, you know, there's always these things that I see and I'm like, I wish I thought of that. Like, I'm always trying to think of something that just could be a really good idea, or something that people would really like resonate with people. And I don't know, haven't thought of it yet, or if I did, I wasn't smart enough to act on it right away. But I was just watching something on Facebook. There was I don't know how practical it is or if people would actually use it or whatever, but it was a good idea, and it was maybe you've seen it, I don't know, but this some guy came up with these t-shirt designs. It's got a little pocket in it, and you slide your iPhone or your whatever mobile, smartphone device or whatever you have, and it kind of animates your shirt. So they would have one that was like, say, a picture on the shirt of a cyclops, and then you download the app, and it's got a little eye that moves around, and it looks like the eye's looking around. And then they had one that was like, and I guess you got some license from like Marvel, so they had the Iron Man, and the arc reactor would light up and do different animations. But it was just basically the animation on your phone, and it looked like your shirt was animated, and you can pull it off and wear it as a regular shirt. So I don't know how many people walking around like that, but it was just a cool kind of novelty, and it sounds like they're doing pretty good with that. So, and I guess it's been around for a little while, enough that they got the attention of Marvel or whatever to do some license designs. So, but yeah, stuff like that. Those are the things that I look at, and I'm like, I wish I thought of that. So, all right. So let me try to go in here. Problem with doing this is you can't really see, well, as far as putting the color on first and then doing the lines. It's hard to see where all the little, all these lines and things go here. So I try to fill in some of them here, but I don't know. So we'll see what it's going to look like when I add the black ink over the top. But I can't even really see some of that. Let me draw the eyes in real quick. All right, I guess I'll start inking this guy in. Where's my ink? Let me move. Like, yeah, when I get this tablet, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because right now I have very limited space on my computer desk here. So the good thing is it can kind of move around. I can move it out of the way, but right now I've got all these markers and everything set up here, so I'm just trying to load my brush up with some ink here. All right, here we go. Guess I'll just start on this wing here. It's much easier to ink when there's a line underneath that you can follow. So I'm just kind of winging it here, no pun intended. I'm afraid I'm going to smudge. Yeah, I'm really anxious to get that manga ink so I can start. I want to do some more sketch cards and things, and where I can just draw them in ink and then color over that. But I guess it's shipping from Japan, so it seems to take longer, which I think I've talked about this before, but I don't really understand how shipping works, because I ordered something from China once, and it came super quick. But the stuff from Japan, not as quick. I don't know. We'll see. And I think my tablet is, I don't know. It's a Chinese company, so I don't know if it's shipping from China or if it's if there's a distributor here in the U.S. or whatever. But it said, I think it said it should. I already got a thing that said it shipped. And it says it usually ships from, it takes 7 to 12 days or something. So we'll see. I'm not like in a big rush to get it. I'm excited to get it, but I'm not. The one thing I'm worried about is just anytime I get like a new hardware set up, because when I get it, from what I hear about some of the other tablets, I haven't heard about this particular one, but I assume it's the same case, is that um, that you have to uninstall your Wacom like Intuos tablet drivers to install the new ones, for this other, you know, tablet monitor. Um, and if I do that, that means, because I do everything with my Intuos. I rarely use a mouse. I use it for pretty much everything. And if the other screen doesn't work for me, then I've just disconnected everything and I'm working. I've got projects and things I got to work on. I've been pretty busy lately, so I'm just, worried that I'm kind of going to be out of commission. So I might get it in the mail if it comes, like, say if it comes on a Monday. I might even have to wait like until like a weekend to really get it and mess around with it. So we'll see. I just don't worried about being out of commission as far as not being able to do my work. But I'm sure it'll all work itself out, and who knows, this time next year I might be doing everything exclusively on you know, the tablet. We'll see. I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'll still be doing, stuff like this. But it might be fun to do some digital drawing, like, screen capture stuff for these fan art videos too. So interesting to see. Yeah, I was looking back on the goals and stuff that I set, and for last year, and or the last couple years, I've been talking about wanting to get one of those monitors. So it took me a little while, and we'll see. It's looking okay, I guess. It's not. I always get a little too critical with these. I guess I shouldn't, because they're just, these are just sketches. This isn't, isn't necessarily supposed to be the best that I can do. And anything you do is good practice. So I'm like that with my, sketchbook. I'm bad about keeping a sketchbook, because you see all these people that do these awesome drawings in their sketchbook, and you're like, my sketchbook doesn't look like that, but it doesn't need to, really. I mean, it's just the purpose of a sketchbook is just to draw all the time and get better at drawing. And sometimes I forget that. So maybe I should make that one of my goals, is to really make a go at keeping a sketchbook. And it doesn't have to be anything anyone sees. But, you know, I do most of my sketches and stuff just on copy paper. So I guess if I collected all those, and they're real rough, and I don't, you know, I don't do a lot of like shading and things, so it's just real gestures and stuff. Everything I do is pretty loose to begin with, so it's like nothing I'd want to show off. But especially if I start doing more stuff digital, it really would make sense. And I need to draw more when I'm just out and about, you know. Like I really enjoy like Will Terrell's videos, and he just takes his, you know, wherever, if he's out eating or whatever, and just, you know, draws. And I know that's what you're supposed to do, but it just it's like what you're supposed to do and what you actually do are like two different stories. Like I could tell you, you know, all these different steps you need to do to be successful at what you do. And, you know, I know those things, but knowing them and actually being able to apply them and doing them and on a regular basis and everything, it's just, it's, it's two different stories, really. Getting close to an hour, so I should be able to wrap this guy up pretty soon on time, assuming my phone doesn't cut out on me. So I got some comments on, and that was funny. Um, Wondering if I had my camera set up on my head because it was so close to the drawing area, which no, I don't. It's not set up to my head, but that might not be a bad idea to get like a GoPro and do it like that, because I've just got this kind of, you know, makeshift rig that I built out of PVC pipe, and it's pretty much just hovering right over my drawing. So if I move up closer, I just got some ink on my finger here. Um, I mean, I'll bump into it, but in a way, I can kind of look up over it because I can see the you know, kind of the viewfinder through the phone and see what's on camera and everything. And it's a little bit tricky because I got to kind of hunch down a little bit or else the phone's like right in my way, but I've kind of got used to it. So probably not the best for posture, but I've always been like, I probably shouldn't even bring it because it's kind of probably jinx me, but I've always I've always kind of drawn like not in the best positions, and so far it hasn't affected me. But I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully now me saying that won't change that. And I used to, like when I was a kid, I would just draw on the floor, never at a table, and like my art desk, like my computer desk, which is like a flat surface, compared to my art desk, which is like at an angle, which probably should be where I'm drawing, the way I should be drawing. It seems like I've been using my computer desk more than my art desk. So, but we'll see when I get the tablet monitor and it's got the, you know, the arm, I should be able to adjust it to a bit of an angle. And that's the other thing, like, because a lot of people that have the tablet monitors, they just draw it like pretty much straight up and down, like you a normal monitor that you're, you know, that you would be looking at. I don't know that I could draw that way. I've never been good at like drawing like on an easel or straight up and down. It's got to be at a pretty good angle. So what else can I do here? Problem with these smaller brushes, they don't seem to hold enough ink. So I'd like to do that in one stroke, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. But this, after seeing this movie, Big Hero 6, I really, it really made me Jones to start getting back into doing more of my original circ work stuff. I've been working on the comic book, which is, you know, kind of a zombie theme comic. I guess I should do the little little pitch. So yeah, my comic book is called Young and the Dead, and it's kind of like a cross between kids, or kind of a cross between Goonies and Night of the Living Dead. Kids versus zombies, and but a lot of the other stuff I do under the CircWorks banner, you know, a lot of robots and stuff like that, which I haven't got a chance to do much of. So I really like to. I want to design a new print. I don't. I've got a convention coming up, but I don't think I'll have time to design it for that. I mean, I could probably fit it in, but I've just got so much other stuff, and I've got enough. I think I've got enough prints right now to, you know, to sell at the convention and all that stuff. So, which is Phoenix Fan Fest, which is going to be on December 12th, the weekend of December 12th. So if you happen to be in Phoenix around that time, you should come check it out. I'll be there. But I do want to do some more. I am looking forward to doing some more original prints. But I was just thinking of all these different ideas. I might want to. I've got one that's like a. It says it's kind of like a boxing promo poster, but it's like a giant mech and a kaiju kind of facing off. But I'd like to do one with just a big giant robot or mech and show like what it looks like inside, like a cutaway. I don't know. It's hard to explain unless you see it or if you've seen kind of the style I've been working on with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've got a big list in my phone of all these different ideas I want to get to for that kind of stuff. But where are we at? What do we got? We're pretty much nearing the end of this. I'll probably bring out the white pen and add some stuff with that, but yeah, that's pretty much Baymax in his, I don't know what the different terms are. He's got a couple different suits. He had one that was like a samurai one, which is kind of funny because it didn't fit him well, so he's got this big belly that's popping out. This one this one kind of holds his belly in, so I guess he looks more heroic, but loses a little bit of his charm with, you know, without that big pot belly. missing anything? I just nervous after I kind of almost forgot that he had the wings there. But I guess that's probably it. Um, I guess he's got a little more of a, got some lines and stuff in here. I don't know if I should add anything else. Like when I draw robots, I always add a lot of little like lines where that's been welded together, whatever. He doesn't really have that as much on this, but yeah, I'll add them anyway. All right, here, maybe a little. All right, so we're almost done, almost ready to wrap it up. We're just a little over an hour, but I might want to add some little highlights and stuff here. Just because he's a shiny robot. Okay, my phone just ran out of space, so I uploaded what I had to the computer and deleted all that stuff. I got to figure out how to get. I keep deleting these videos. I don't know what the deal is. I got a lot of maybe audio podcasts that I've got to delete or something to free up some space on this phone. So anyway, yeah, you can see I added some highlights and everything to this guy, the good old Baymax, and yeah, this was a fun one for me. I guess because just something that I felt like drawing, so doesn't seem like I get to do that as much anymore. But anyway, thanks again, everyone who's watching these videos and who's liking and commenting and all that stuff. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have any suggestions for what you want me to do on a future Fan Art Friday, any pop culture character or anything that you'd like to see me do a sketch of, please let me know. And so yeah, until next Fan Art Friday or whatever other video that I might do in the meantime, I will see you guys, and that is all.